Claudia, please tell me how you can help the kids and parents to have better understanding sport nutrition for their kids, like 10 and under.
Well, at the end, what you need to be looking the most is how much sugar your kids eat in the food. At the end, I always think that the amount of sugar that you eat during the day is the poison on it. So it's not forbidden to eat, but you need to control the amount that you eat and try to introduce more the clean food, like in the diet of the kids for a tennis player, like clean carbs, clean proteins. I know it's hard, but not like go for the easy way to get it. You just try to think at least one meal a day to have like a clean food that they can like get the best nutrients on it and get better recovery
So,
for
so
for
for
the
example,
practice.
what's clean carbs are?
Clean carbs mean like don't go to eat like white bread. Try to put like um, the different type of brain of grains, but don't go for like processed food. Try to like be more clean in that way with the carbs and with the proteins. Like try to don't get like, for example, the chicken, like no with no probiotics and everything, like more clean in that way. It can be like a little bit like more expensive at the end of the week, but it's something like step by step it's gonna affect on how you feel during the day.
How it affects the sport?
It's related to sport, but at the end you need it for like regular like habits. At the end, no, because you're an athlete, you need to try to eat healthy. At the end, you need to develop like a habits in the kids to try to follow that way in during the whole life. Because maybe they can be doing sport now and something happened, they kind of have to stop to do sport, and now what happened? They know how to eat healthy when they do sport, but now they don't understand the habits that they need to develop to keep it during the whole life.
Okay. So if we go closer, for example, the trainings, what kind of food do you suggest to eat before the training?
That depend of the person. That is kind of like personally, but most of the time try to eat more carbs because they're gonna give you like easy energy and they can use it because you are gonna be eating and try to do a sport. Like if you don't have like a long break before I start the activity, if you are have the recommend time like 2 hours, between 3 2 hours before like a activity, it's like an adequate amount of carbs with some proteins on it, and try to avoid a lot of fats because it's gonna be like low digestion, like the fiber make you like low digestion, so it's gonna take longer to absorb, and you're gonna have like not the amount of energy that you need to start the activity in the correct period of time. But that's gonna be the time, and use most of the time carbs. That's the best source of energy that we have.
Tell me, you were talking about different like players eat different food, and what kind of food do you like to eat, or what somebody else like to feed before the training?
Yeah, we focus like talking about tennis. You have different athletes. We have an example of Djokovic. He like to eat like some veggies like at the beginning, like before the practice. Serena Williams too. But then you have Federer or Rafa. They like to eat like more pasta, some rice with some chicken or fish, like more great like carbs and proteins. But at the end, I think that this person, if I feel good eating veggies before a match, I can be doing that. But if I feel like I try to play a match and I eat some chicken or some, like for example, eggs, and I feel sick during the match, like I feel like low energy, I don't feel my body like using like it's working correctly. I need to try to adapt to see, okay, I cannot eat this before a match. I need to try a new thing. So be trying until like you find the correct combo that works good before like an activity.
So it's more personal, right?
Yeah. But at the end you need to focus on carbs. Carbs are the best source of energy. So like if you're in a plate, at least 50% of the plate need to be carbs. For example, you eat pasta, you need to like 50% of the plate need to be like uh, the pasta or like some rice, and then you can get like the other 25 of like proteins, and then you can get a little bit sauce, a little bit oil like to put like on it. For example, tomato is too acid, so maybe like you feel you sick when you play it. So don't eat a pasta with tomato if you don't like how you feel when you eat that. Try to put some oil or a little bit of butter, mixing with the chicken and some veggies on it. That's an example that you can eat, for example, before a match.
The competitions is a big thing for kids at this age. They kind of start playing, and the matches are maybe not long, but they have like 6 in a row matches, and it could be like 3 hours, 4 hours in a row they have to play. So, what do you suggest eat before or during, and how much drink, how much water you have to drink during the matches?
Well, they should eat like more like a bit stronger, like it's still like 2 hours, 3 hours, and eat like huge amounts. And you can get during the match you can get some sugar, like some gummies, for example. Like drink a lot of electrolyte because they're gonna lose a lot of like fluids and they're gonna get cramping. So that's an important thing that they can do. The amount, try to don't like again it's the same. The amount is the poison. You need to drink a lot, but not like that you feel like awful when you play. So like try to like in a break in a tennis match, try to like start with a small sip, but like try to drink like adequate. Don't like drink like a lot at the moment because you're gonna feel sick in your stomach if you drink like a lot of water and at some point. So the time like a small sip, and like at least in a set you need to be drinking like one bottle of like water, like a small one of like 750 milliliters of water at the end, because that's gonna give you like better rehydration of that. Um, yeah, that's it.
So that we were talking just a few seconds before, but about the huge, like long matches, the heat, and some kids are feeling stomach problems, throwing up, or headaches, or some. So how do you prevent that, or can you prevent that with some nutrition and food?
Yes and no, because at the end depends how the kids feeling during the day. Like if you eat the correct amount of food and protein and you feel irritated, it shouldn't happen. But sometimes it's very hot. How you can prevent that beside nutrition is try to put some water like on your head, try to hydrate, like to don't be like throwing up. But at the end, if the kids is so nervous and they're making a huge effort, they don't have break, is something that it can happen like more often than we think about it. So like you have to be careful like in the amount of time, and try to be asking to don't play like for that long. Like play 6 matches in a day is something like it's a lot. It shouldn't be like playing like that much in the same day.
Yeah, those 6 matches are till four fast 4 games without ads, so that's a little different. It's
Okay.
just one. When you have to start preparing to the match, is any preparation that tennis players do day before, for example, food wise?
Yeah, I mean, at the end, again, we will back like it's personal in that. Some players have like, because maybe like tennis player we are like so picky at the way that we are doing the routines and everything. We like to eat some type of food before, like the night before, and then before the match, we like to eat the same type of food. And one example of that is Federer. He like to eat all the time pasta before like a match. It's like the routine of him is eating that. So at the end is what is working for him. Like for example, the night before, instead like go to get like a burger, try to eat like more like what I say, a clean meal like of carbs or protein, very full with some eggs.
What do you think? Which kind of healthy bars or healthy drinks kids can eat? Something healthy stuff. Maybe you have any suggestions on that?
Well, uh, that's what I was talking like few times with the kids. Like the like proteins are necessary. Yes, depending like on the amount of protein that you're eating during the day. Don't be taking like the supplements of protein if you are eating the correct amount of protein that you need during the day. But like there are like if you need it to like prevent your muscle and to recover, that's good to go for it. Um, Cliff Bar are like nice, but the point of this bar have like a lot of sugar too in it. So we have to be careful with that. The sugar is not forbidden, what I say. If they do like a lot of effort and they want to put extra protein, that's a good source. Drinks. Uh, the cereal drinks are good at the end, but you cannot like abuse of them because it's like a ingredient on it that is very like prejudicial for like the for us. So like it's good to like, okay, I'm going out with like for like dinner or something, and still like get a regular Coke. I can get a Coke Zero, no Diet Coke, because the Diet Coke at the end has like sugar on it. But Coke Zero is good, or Fanta Zero, something like that. But like if they're doing a sport, if they want to drink like a Gatorade during like the practice, it's okay. But if they don't have to drink like 3 bottles of a Gatorade, one is good, two. But if you can use the zero, it's much better if they are like out of practice, because at the end you don't need that amount of sugar. If they are doing the activity, yes, because the sugar give me like a quick energy to be back and be focused on the activity that I'm doing on. Um, for the drinks, most of the time, like supplement, the only supplement that I recommend it will be like the salts, okay, the electrolytes, because that's the only way when you're like sweating a lot, you're in the court, and you don't know how to, like you're getting cramps. So electrolytes are the best source. Pedialyte is a good resource. Have a lot of sugar, but it's a good resource after a match to recover fast and to avoid the cramps during the night when you're like waking up and your calves are cramping and you have the pain. So that's a source that helped me a lot when I was competing. So if it can help to the kids to avoid the cramps for the next match and get better, it's another source, a good source to use.
What about water? Just regular pure water?
The water is all the time the best source, but like sometimes water is not enough. And more when you are sweating, because you're not only sweating like water, you are sweating a lot of salt, a lot of electrolytes, and that's where the cramps are coming and everything is happening. So that's why if you experience that you are cramping too much, that you feel that you are sweating too much, try to start to add few more things beside water.
Okay.
Okay?
What Rafa's drinking? Just from me.
No clue.
What's in those bottles?
No clue, no clue. Seriously, in that one, no clue. No clue.
That's funny.
In that one, no clue. I remember I was in the Davis Cup and I saw only like one. It was like ibuprofen with water, and for the pain.
Really?
Yeah, that's. But that was not Rafa. That's like more like pro players over there. Like you never know. That's like tricky thing that they hide it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I think we're good, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thanks
I
so
mean,
much.